Yeah. Turn the other way. Guys.
Viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the program Mathematics for JHS. Last week we changed percentages to decimal fractions and from fractions to percentages. Today we shall look at how to find percentage of a quantity. For instance, if you have an amount of 1,000 Ghana cedis and you spent 50% of that amount, how much did you actually spend? That is the kind of mathematics we shall be doing today. Students, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So as I said, the example I gave, maybe your father gave you 1,000 Ghana cedis to go and spend. And when you went to the market, you spent 25% of that amount. So the percentage gives you an idea of the proportion that you have spent. But the actual amount you have spent, it has not given information about that. So to be able to find the actual amount, you need to express the 25% or find 25% of the total amount you spent. So that is what we mean when we want to find percentage of a quantity. Are you okay with that? So maybe I can now we have, as shown on the board, Razak received a monthly allowance of 20,000 Ghana cedis and spent it as follows. He spent 25% on clothing, 25% on food, 50% on saving. Find the amount he spent on each item. So this gives you the percentage information on the percentage he spent on each of the items. We now want to find the actual amount he spent. So let's do the first one. I'll do that with you. It should lead you to be able to do the second one and the third one. Are you okay? So if I want to find amount spent on clothing, it means I'm looking at %25 of the allowance he received. Are you okay with that? That's what it means. And Abdulrazak, in our previous lessons, I taught you how to express 25% as a fraction. So if you want to do that, how do you write it?
1/4.
25% as a fraction. How do you write it?
1/4.
I know it's I want, you start with what? Mandia? Yes. You start with 25/100 before you now reduce it to 1/4. So I'm actually looking for that one. So this gives us 25/100. Are you okay? That is 25%. Then you multiply that by what? 20,000. But as Razak has said, 25/100 stands for 1/4. Are you okay? So you write 1/4 times 20,000, which is the same as what, Aisha? It's 1/4 times 20,000. How do you write it? Instead of saying 1/4 times 20,000, you can rewrite it in a way. Yes, Abrazak, how do you rewrite it?
20,000/4.
20,000 divided by 4. Are you okay? So that's the other way you can write it. You can divide 20,000 by 4. Samira, what do you get?
So 4 going to of 1 and going to 20. 4 going to 20 5 times.
Mm-hmm. So what's the answer?
5,000.
Okay. You see, we are talking about Ghana cedis. So when you get your final answer, you put what? Ghana cedis there. So this is what it means. He actually spent 5,000 on clothing, which gives us 25% of that amount. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, so I will do, it's the same procedure, but let's do the other one together before you finally look at the last one. Okay. So, Samira, amount spent on food, how do you write it? Just as I indicated in the first example. How do you write it?
25% of 200,000.
Look at it well. 25% of
200,000. 25/100 times 200,000.
So this gives us 25%. Aisha, of what?
Of 20,000.
Yes, 25% of 20,000. Are you okay? So Razak, if you have 25% of 20,000, how do you express the 25%?
25/100 times 20,000.
And how much, what is the equivalent of 25/100 in the form of fraction? Aisha?
1/4 times 20,000.
1/4 times 20,000. Are you okay? So we end up with Mandia, what do you get? 1/4 times 20,000. It's the same as 20,000 over 4, which gives us what?
5,000.
5,000. So that is exactly what you will have to do. You follow these steps to be able to find the amount he spent on each of the items. Are you okay with that? So viewers, I've taken you through how to find percentage of a quantity. So you take your pen and your paper and you find 50% of the amount, because they said that he spent 50% on saving. So you find how much the amount he actually spent on saving. Do that together with the viewers. I'm looking for the one who will do his own first or her own first. I'll send the person to Nzezlezu. Do you know? Do you know there? I was like, have you been there before? You haven't gone there? Wow. Okay. What is 50 over 100? What we did in the previous lesson, if you have 50 over 100, what does it mean? Times what? So that means we are dividing this into 2. What do you get? Sorry.
Finish.
You are done, eh? All right. And yeah, that's a good one. Yes. Yes. That's okay. That's good. Aisha, are you done? Okay, so viewers, let's turn our attention to the question we have. We have to find 50% of what? 20,000. So we are looking at the amount he saved, right? So, Aisha, how do you write it? Amount he saved.
50% of 20,000.
I can hear you.
50% of 20,000.
50%. So the 50%, Samira, how do you write 50%? How do you express it as a fraction?
50 over 100 times 20,000.
Okay? My dear, the 50 over 100 in its simplest form.
1 over 2 times 2,000. 20,000.
Abrazak, how do you 1 over 2 times 20,000, what does it mean?
It means 10,000.
It means half of that.
Yes.
Or you divide it into 2. So you get what?
10,000.
10,000. Don't forget to add your Ghana cedis. So, viewers, if you follow the procedure correctly, you will end up getting 10,000 Ghana cedis as the amount he saved. All right, so this is one aspect of today's lesson. The other aspect is to find, to express a quantity as a fraction of another quantity. Let's say I have 4 students in my class and 2 are girls. What percentage of the class are girls? See, I can express the number of girls as a percentage of the total number of students in the class. So that is what I mean by saying expressing a quantity as a fraction of another quantity. So we are looking at how to express 20 as a fraction, express 20 as a percentage of what? 100. I will help you with that. We should be able to do that together. After which, we look at more difficult problems. They won't just ask you to express 20 as a percentage of 100. It will be too simple. They can frame it in a very different way. Are you okay? So if you want to express 20 as a percentage of 100, it means you are looking at 20 over 100, right? As a percentage. 20, express this as a percentage of 100. 20 over 100 times what? So you divide 20 by 100, then you multiply by, you divide 20, okay, so unfortunately, the figure I have there is also 100, which is similar to the percentage. Okay, let's continue. Maybe in our next example, I'll know how to do that. So 20, let me just change it, okay? Let me change it to 200. So that you understand perfectly what I'm talking about. You are expressing 20 as a percentage of 200. So you have 20 over 200 times what? 100. Are you okay? All right. This one is the same as 20 times 100 over 200. Agreed? So what do we do, Aisha? We want to reduce this. It looks too big. What do we do?
Cancel the 20 by 200.
No, deal with the numerator first. If you're having 20 times 100, what do you get? Mandia, what do you get?
200.
How many zeros do you have there?
Say 3.
There are 3 zeros. So when you are multiplying numbers involving zeros, you have to count the zeros first and see the number of zeros. So we have 1, 2, and what? 3. There are 3 zeros. Are you okay? Then you now multiply the non-zero digits. Is that clear? Yes. So this is 2 times 1, giving us what? 2,000. So that's how you do it. But please don't go and apply it to cases like 5,005 divided by 5. 5,005 times 20. Then you go and say that you are having 3 zeros. No. That's not the example. I'm talking about where the zeros end, where you are having the zeros at the end of the number. That's the only case you can apply what I've taught you. Are you okay? You don't go and apply it in cases like I've indicated. All right. That's just to clarify the point. So the numerator gives us what? 2,000. Then we divide by 200. Are you okay? Abrazak, what happens to the zeros?
Cancel out.
Yes, the 2 zeros here can cancel out with the other 2. So Samira, what's left?
20 over 2.
And you get what?
10.
10. Do I just write 10? Huh? What do I write?
10%.
That is very good. Because they are asking you to express 20 as a percentage of what? 200. Are you okay? Okay. So if you are okay with what we have done, then you should be able to deal with similar cases. Anytime you are asked to express one quantity as a percentage of another quantity, make sure you take the smaller quantity, then you divide by the bigger quantity, then you multiply by what? 100. That is how to convert a quantity or to express a quantity as a fraction or percentage of another quantity. So once you are able to follow, or once you have understood what we are doing, I'll give you an exercise. This exercise there, you are not taking it home, you will do it in the class. I hope that's okay. So viewers, be ready for the exercise. Hey. Okay, so viewers, I have on the board an exercise for you. It is, there are, okay, come in. The exercise goes this way. There are 240 students in a class. 25% are girls. Find the number of boys in the class and express the number of girls as a percentage of the number of boys. I hope it's okay. 25% are girls. Then you are to find the number of boys in the class and express the number of girls as a percentage of the number of boys. So try and do that. Yes.
Find the number of boys in the
This one you are finding what?
Percentage.
No. 25% are girls. So if you want to find the number of girls, what do you do? Hmm? Uh-huh.
You said find the number of boys in the class and express the number
Of girls as a percentage of the number of boys. It's 240. %25 off. The girls are 25% of the number. So how do you find the number of girls? That's not what I taught you. 25 over 100 is what?
114.
So the number of girls are... Okay. So you can find the number of boys now. Okay. Ah. You are going back to copy the previous one. 25% are girls. So if you want to find the number of girls, what do you do? Let's look at it together quickly. So we have, there are 240 students in a class, 25% are girls. Find the number that are boys. If 25% are girls, what percentage are boys? Total percentage is how much? Total percentage, 100%. So if 25% are girls, how many are boys? Mandia?
85. 85.
How many are girls? Boys, yes, it should be 75. If you take 25% from 100, you get what? 75. So you say 75% are boys. So you find the number of boys. What is 75 over 100 in fraction? Yes, that's good. 3 over 4 times 240, right? 4 into 24. 4 into 24, Aisha. You get 6. Okay? So the answer there should be 60. So you end up with 3 times 60. So what's the answer? Abrazak, what's the answer?
180.
You have 180 boys. So the number of boys in the class are what? 180. So if the total number is 240 and you have 180 as boys, you can find the girls. Aisha, how do you find the girls? You know the total to be 240. Boys alone, 180. How do you find the girls? Samira, how do you find the girls?
So it will be 180 over 100 times 240.
I have 4 students in my class. 2 are girls. How do I find the boys? Aisha?
Divide.
Abrazak, how do I find the number of boys? It will be 4 minus 2. Isn't that it?
Yes.
2 are girls. I have total of 4. 4 minus 2 will give me the number of boys. So if this is the number of boys, the girls should be the 240 minus what? 180. So what's the answer, Mandia?
60.
60. See, it's the same as finding 25% of 240. If you also find 25% of 240, you should get what? 60. So the last question is saying express the number of girls as a percentage of number of boys. So you take number of girls. As a percentage of number of boys. So divide by number of boys times what? 100. This is what we have, okay? So that's exactly what we do. Viewers, this brings us to the end of today's lesson. See you in our next episode. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All right.